Shekalim Perek Hey, Mishnah Gimel, third Mishnah, fifth chapter of Shekalim. Some Mishnayot seem easy and straightforward. When you try to understand them on a deeper level, it just takes a while. I made a chart, don't be scared, quite a large chart about what's going on in this Mishnah, as I'll explain. The Mishnah says, so when a person would come to the Beit HaMikdash to bring his korban, so in addition to the korbanot, he had to bring also nesachim. Nesachim are libations, but libations doesn't really do justice to the word. Nesachim means he had to bring additional a grain offering, and in addition he had to bring a wine offering. So, for example, in the Torah in Bamidbar, okay, it says when a person will bring his korban, olah, or zevach, neder, or nedava, any kind of korban, some kind of olah or shlamim. Okay, the Torah says vikriv makriv korbano laHashem mincha. Yes, you also have to offer a mincha offering, a grain offering, a meal offering. Solet isaron balul b'rivita shemen. So you have to every offering had solet. It had fine flour. It had mixed with oil. Okay, the fine flour was mixed with oil. Sometimes cakes, sometimes not. Usually cakes. And then yayin. It had to have wine. So depending on the nature of your korban, that determined how much solet, how much shemen, and how much yayin. Okay, so just look. I'll show you my chart. You'll see you have a korban. Whatever korban, what kind of animal it was, and then how much solet, how much shemen, and how much yayin. So now when a person would come to the Beit HaMikdash, he didn't have this stuff with him. He needed it to be tahor, it needed to be kadosh, it had to be the right kind. Okay, so I guess he could have brought it with him if he wanted to, but nobody did that. Rather, everybody came and they brought their animal with them, and then they ordered this stuff together in the Beit HaMikdash. They got it all with them. So what they would do is that they would order per korban that they had. They would pay for it, get a receipt, or get a seal, as we're going to see, take that seal to the right office, and then they would get what they needed. Okay, so what kind of seals were there? Says the Mishnah. That's explained. That's what our Mishnah is talking about. Arba'a chotamot hayu b'mikdash. There were four chotamot, four kinds of seals in the Beit HaMikdash. This is a Tanna Kamma. Okay? There's more than that, but we'll see. V'katuv, what was written on them? Egel, calf, zachar, male. We're going to see what that means. Gidi, goat. Chote, sinner. Okay, what are these four things? So let's look at the Bartino. I'm going to use my chart because I basically made the chart for each one. Okay, so what would I don't know why I did it out of order. Let's go in order. Egel, zachar, gedi, and chote. Egel was a par or an egel. Okay, so it was bakar. It was sheep, as we're going. It was cattle, big, large or small. So it was either it was a calf or a cow or not a ram, a calf or a cow or a bull. Okay, and for the egel, you had to bring, for every egel, or every cow, you had to bring 3 esonim of solet, chatzi hahin. A hin is 12 log. So chatzi hahin is 6 log, okay? 6 log of oil and 6 log of wine. Chatzi hahin of wine. How much is a hin? I'll just show you once. A hin is 12 lug. Okay, that's 12 lug. So half a hin is 6 lug. 1 lug is 6 beitim, or according to the Chazon Ish, 345 milliliters. 345 milliliters is a third of a liter. So 6 lug is about 2 liters of oil, and then 2 liters of wine. Okay, so that's for an egel. The next one we saw was, so that's if you ordered an egel, if you were bringing a cow, if you were bringing a bull or what have you as a korban in the Beit HaMikdash, so you would have to bring 3 esonim of solet mixed in 6 lug of shemen and another 6 lug chatzein of wine. Okay, if you were on the other hand doing a zachar, let's look at the Bartidura for a second. Sheni zachar. A zachar is called an ayil. Any ram, as we're going to see. Okay, rams above a certain age, not a small lamb, but an ayil, a ram, an older one. Ayil in Targum is called dichra. Dichra is zachar, because if you look at the Dalit and Zayin are often intermingled. Dichra, zachar. So the seal zachar represented an ayil, and it had 2 esonim solet, shemen, shishitei. Let's look at the chart. An ayil was shnei esonim solet. Okay, a third of a hin, which is 4 lug of shemen, and another third of a hin of wine. That was the amount. The third one is gedi. Gedi was a keves or an ez, so it was sheep. Okay, it was a sheep or a goat. And then it was the smallest amount. The smallest amount is isaron solet, revi'itain, which is 3 lug, and also 3 lug of yain. That's what you required for gedi. And the fourth one was called the chote. Let's look at the back at the Mishnah. Okay, egel zachar gedi chotei. Chotei refers to a mitzorah. So if you look in the Torah, if you look at Alexa for a second in the Torah, in Vayikra Pasuk Perek Yud Dalid, okay, the first thing Mitzorah would have to do is he'd have to bring the 2 bird offering. We're not going to go into that right now. But after that, on the 8th day, Pasuk Yud, on the 8th day, after he's already tahor and he shaved his head and all that, shaved his whole body, etc., he has to bring Shnei Kvasim Tamimim, 2 he lambs, V'kavsa Achat Bat Shnatan, a 1-year-old keves. So that's 3 kvasim. Okay, and then in addition, what they had to do was, okay, he has to lakach hakohen milog hashamen v'yatzak al kaf kohen. That then he would take another log of oil and pour it on his hand, and then smear it on his finger, on his bowen, on his ear, on the thumb of his right hand, and the thumb of his great toe of his right foot. So they needed another log of shemen. So that's what it's called a chotei, which is a mitzorah. So the mitzorah, what would he bring? Let's look at the chotei. Chotei would bring 3 kvasim. So since it's 3 kvasim, and this is the pasuk that we saw, Shnei kvasim b'kivsa achat. So he needs a keves, remember, okay? A keves is an egel. Okay, an egel has 3 asonim, chatzi ahin, 6 log, and chatzi ahin. I'm sorry, excuse me, a keves here. Keves is a gedi. That's what it's called. Keves here. See, it's confusing. So it's an isaron and a revi'i tahin. So he needs 3 asonim of solet, 9 lug of shemen, 9 lug of oil. But he also needs, remember, the lug nosav, that extra lug. So he needs 10 lug. So the chotei would get 3 asonim, 10 lug he'd have to buy. He wouldn't get 10 lug of oil and 9 lug of wine. Okay, so that's why. So those are the 4 chotamot that we have till now: egel, zachar, gedi, and chotei. Ben Azai says no, there weren't 4, there were 5. Chamisha hayu. V'aramid katuv alim. They didn't write them in Hebrew; they wrote them in Aramaic because that's what people spoke. Egel, that we saw before. Zachar, we saw before. Gedi, okay, we saw before. Chotei dal v'chotei asher. There's not one kind of mitzorah. If you look at the Torah, you see in Vayikra. Here we back are, okay? Later on in Psukim it says, V'im dalu, if he's poor, and he can't afford the 3 animals, because that's really expensive, it's a huge investment. V'lakach keves echad asham netufa. He only brings 1 keves. Okay, so let's go back to our chart. I actually brought this pasuk. If he's poor, then he gets 1 keves. So therefore, what does he need? Solet, he brings just like 1 keves. 3 asonim solet, but here he needs the 3 lug, but he needs 1 more lug. He needs 4, because remember he has to do the 4 lug, he has to do the lug, extra lug of putting the shemen on the mitzorah. I have an extra parenthesis there, okay? And then the revi'i tayin like he does for the regular keves. So therefore, Ben Azai says, since there were 2 types of chotei, there was a chotei dal and chotei ashir. Chotei dal was separate, and therefore all he needed a separate seal for himself. But the Tanakama says, no, look, the chotei dal all he needs is a regular keves. So he doesn't need you don't need to have 5 seals, just take 4 seals, right? Just give him a gedi seal, no problem. And then he would have to remember, oh yeah, and I need an extra lug. You buy the extra lug, it's 4 instead of 3. Okay, what was it for? Gedi egel mishamesh al nichsei bakar gdolim ktanim zacharim menekevot. Egel, as we said, were for niskei bakar, niskei, the nesachim, the libations and the additional meal offerings of bakar, of cattle, large and small, male or female. And the Kahati says, he explains, that's egel. It's for olot, male, which are brought only male, shlamim, which are male and female. This was the primary one. It's a very big one because that's the animals that many people brought. Okay, that's egel. Gedi, that's the small cattle, the sheep, whatever. Mishameshim nisrei tzchon, dolim ktanim, right? Large or small. All also means old or not old. Charim unekevot, male or female. Chutz mishel elim, except for elim, because we have ayil. Remember the ayil, that was zachar, ayil, dachar. Okay, so that's except for the elim. And zachar mishamesh al nischei elim bilvad. The zachar was for the nesachim of the ayil. So it's for ayil from the age of 13 months until 2 years, and then it's too old. And then finally chotei, which was we said the mitzorah, mishamesh im niskei shalosh behemot shal mitzora'in. That was for the 3 behemot of mitzora'in that we saw before. I'm going to stop here. It's enough. Hopefully you can see the chart. Let's just make this a little bigger. If you want to look at it carefully, you can pause here and see the entire chart and go over the chart in connection with the Mishnah. We'll dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman, and Sipar Fega Matilda Bat Nachum Elimelech. Have a great day.